The Greek Prime Minister has said that the tragedy that unfolded in his country was the result of a human error. And this is what resulted in the train collision in the town of Larissa. The deadly crash, remember, has resulted in 43 fatalities in Greece's worst rail tragedy in its history. 2 carriages were crushed and a third one caught fire, trapping people inside it. The passenger train was mostly carrying students who were returning after a long holiday weekend. According to the Greek emergency services, nearly about 150 firefighters and 40 ambulances were mobilized for the response. The Greek Prime Minister, Kyriakos Mitsotakis, also visited the site of the crash.
Our thoughts today are first and foremost with the relatives of the victims. Our obligation is to treat the injured and after that to identify the bodies. Beyond that, I can guarantee one thing. We will find out what the causes of this tragedy were and do everything in our power to make sure it never happens again.
Now, the station master of Larissa was arrested several hours after the accident. He'll be appearing before a prosecutor to explain as to how a passenger train with over 350 people on board was allowed to run on the same line as a freight train for several kilometers. He'll be charged with negligent homicide and faces a life sentence if he's convicted. The Greek transport minister has also submitted his resignation just hours after the accident. But the Greek train unionists have argued that the safety shortcomings of the railway line had been known for several years. They'd even written an open letter last month bringing to attention as to how the track safety systems were simply incomplete and had been poorly maintained. A safety supervisor had also resigned last year, warning that infrastructure upgrades pending since 2016 were incomplete. After the collision, labour unions said that the tragic accident had highlighted as to have some chronic deficiencies, lack of staffing and resources, broken lights and patchwork of modern and outdated facilities were a serious problem that the Greek railways were dealing with. In Athens, nearly about 1,000 people protested outside the offices of the Hellenic train. Some also hurled stones at the windows, prompting the police to disperse them with tear gas.
The students have gathered here outside the offices of the company with a lot of rage, shocked by what happened today, where so many lives were lost.
The Greek Prime Minister in a television address has pledged that an independent committee of experts will probe the incident.
I have already asked for the formation of an independent committee of experts which will fully investigate the causes of the accident. But it will also investigate the long-term delays in implementing rail projects. At the same time, justice will do its duty. Those responsible will be held accountable.
Authorities have declared 3 days of national mourning. Hellenic trains have also been suspended. All scheduled trains on Thursday after the railway workers said that they would in fact go on a strike. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.